Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have an amazing guest, Mr. 𝒔𝒂𝒗𝒆. He's on day 10 of eating only raw food, nothing cooked. So we're going to find out the results, find out what's happening. Nothing's changed my life more than converting to an only raw food diet. And I love seeing the results people get. And let's find out what's happening. Hey AJ, how's it going?
Jill, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So 10 days only raw food. What is happening?
Yeah, so I actually started raw a few days before the trip so I could kind of prime myself. I know I told you I want to be on the same wavelength as you guys over here.
Yeah.
So
for anybody who doesn't know, we're all on a trip in Hawaii. I came to Hawaii to do some podcasts with Fully Raw Christina, Dan, a few other people. And so AJ, I guess, wanted to get in the raw vibe as well.
yeah, and what's funny is I've been planning this has been my number one destination for like 10 years.
Hawaii?
Yeah, ever since I talked to Dan. Well, the island of Kauai specifically. Yeah. So I messaged Dan. We set up something before Jill got here. I stayed with Dan McDonough for 3 days, and we did the whole adventure thing: waterfalls, coconuts, green juice, gorilla milks, just all the Pyridime, and just trying to like level up in that way.
Elevate. And it's a whole vibe here, you guys. Hawaii is a very special place. I've never been anywhere like this. It's amazing. So it makes sense you'd want to be raw to experience it. And have you experienced benefits? Or is it just like, oh, I'm trying this, it's not very good? Like, has it been positive? What have been the changes you've noticed in 10 days?
The main thing that I've noticed and what I really focus on now, because food is obviously really important, but for me, the nervous system, just having that really calm down so that you can heal. Because if you're in a fight or flight state all the time, even if you're eating the best food, right, you might not be recovering like you should.
True. So good point. How can we calm our nervous system down?
Yeah. So one of the things is like the grounding here is amazing, right? The fresh air is underrated. I grew up in a city, Philadelphia, where it's just really polluted. And then you come here and you realize like, wow, you have like virgin lungs again. Mm-hmm. And if you were to catch some kind of like chemical or smoke or something, it would feel like really awful. Whereas like if you just live in the city, you're used to it, right?
True. Yeah, because there's so much more than just the food, right? That's what I realized being here in Hawaii and going with Dan yesterday to climb the trees, be immersed like in the nature. I really realized like I'm lacking that back home in the city, and we need that too, right? It's not just food. Like that's such an essential part of it.
The sunshine too. Like I think we get 80 days of sunshine in New Jersey out of 365.
Whoa, that's not very much.
That is very low. And you'll notice like that seasonal depression almost lasts all year because you don't get much all year. Mm-hmm. It's mostly cloudy or it's smog or, you know, different things like that. Here you have it pretty much daily. You're getting a lot of sunshine, a lot of fresh air. You're jumping in the fresh water, tons of fresh food. I mean, you can't drive, you know, half a mile without running into a stand or something like that.
True. And okay, so the raw foods with this trip. So you went on the raw foods, and you're someone who drinks coffee, has everything, right?
Yeah.
I think in your lifestyle. So how was that? Did you have headaches at first? Are you feeling good yet? Or you still kind of feel like you're in detox mode? Or like, how has the 10 days been?
I love coffee. I didn't like coffee until like I got a lot older, but now I'm in love with it. I definitely weaned off so that I didn't have the headaches.
And it helped doing that?
Yeah, so I like would just cut to half a cup and then green tea and then just cycled off it because I didn't want to be miserable during the trip, you know?
No, yeah.
I wanted to feel pretty good. So I was doing green juice and Dr. Morse herbs and stuff before I came, organic salads. And then I landed and me and Dan just kind of went off and did our own thing there. So I really didn't have much of a detox phase, maybe a little bit of energy dip. I noticed that because I wasn't stimulated, but I've been sleeping so good every night. I fell asleep 6 p.m. the first night, 7 p.m. the second night, 8 or 9 the last few nights, and the sleep is everything.
Yeah, sleep is everything. You and I have conversations about that because you know a lot about health. Like you're so into health. You've been into health for years. And I think you used to run Dan's group.
Yeah,
like
I ran Dan's group for years.
Yeah, so what would be like if you had to think of like 3 major things you've learned? Because you've been around a lot of people. I know you've studied it, been so into it yourself. Like what are maybe like 3 top health things that you would want to share with people? Or like if you were to leave top 3 legacies behind about information about health, what would be things that you want to share?
Definitely number 1 that people should prioritize is sleep. It's the only thing that's free. We're all worried about buying all the supplements. We're worried about buying the best food, which is very important. But sleep is the only thing that we have is free, and it never gets prioritized. And in fact, we're drinking alcohol before sleep. We're drinking coffee. We're doing things that even if you fall asleep, you don't get into the deeper levels of REM sleep. And if the people watching, if they go read Why We Sleep, it's a book by Matthew Walker, a sleep scientist out of Harvard. He talks about even losing 1 hour during daylight savings, heart attacks in the United States go up and strokes go up by like 20%, like something crazy, just off 1 hour. So a lot of people are focused on like, I'll get 5 hours, but then I can get to the gym in the morning, you know? And it's like, no, you should prioritize sleep so you have the energy to properly train. And same thing with injuries. Injury rates go up losing an hour or two of sleep. Like you're going to pull something, you're going to get hurt, and then you can't train anyway. And we need to train too to sleep properly. We need to move our body, right?
And our mental health, right? With the sleep, I noticed big differences. For the years I wasn't sleeping because of my kids, huge difference on the mental health, right? So we have to prioritize our sleep, take the time to go to bed earlier. Okay, any other amazing health tips?
Yeah, EMF protection.
Oh, really? You think it's a big deal? Yeah.
I noticed that too. That's like another sleep kind of perk. If you turn the Wi-Fi off at night, you'll start dreaming again.
Wow, really?
I started doing that. Dan actually had a consult with Dan, and he recommended I do that.
Like in your place, you turn the Wi-Fi on the machine actually off?
When I go to bed, I turn the Wi-Fi router off.
Oh, wow. And you noticed a difference?
You start dreaming immediately. Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you haven't dreamt. I just stayed on a farm in Georgia for like a week or two, a fruit farm. And we always had the Wi-Fi off every night. Kaleidoscope dreams.
Oh my gosh, I got to start doing this.
You wake up excited for life again.
Because no wonder the world's going crazy. Everybody's not sleeping. They're eating a bunch of stimulants, eating a bunch of crap, surrounded by so much stimulation, so much EMF, whatever it's called.
I feel like everyone's on the edge. You know, they're just trying to like get back up off the ledge, and they could use like a little bit of a break. And that's kind of why I'm here, honestly. Like this is a refresh for me.
We all need to take a break.
Yeah, because you get caught up in life and everything.
Yeah, one thing we have in common that's really changed our life is a good therapist, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's important? Dr. Doug Lisle, shout out, the most life-changing therapist on the planet, right?
He saved us a few times. Right?
Yeah, he saved me a bunch of times.
You know, he actually addresses the problem. You know, if you have a problem, it's not just talk therapy. So it's really good to have support in general. Good friends like this, a good psychologist, some people to lean on, because everyone's trying to do stuff independently. When really, if you have good people around you, it's great to lift each other up and help each other in different ways. And in cultures that live long, they have a strong network around them. You know, if there's a death in the family, they're not going through it alone. They have financial issues, they're not sleeping on the street.
See, that's what he really made me realize. Like, if I've had really down periods the past couple of years in my apartment in Toronto or whatever, he'd be like, Jillian, like, you don't have a tribe around you. We're tribal creatures. We need our tribe. We need our support system, right? That's pretty huge.
Yeah, I have 5 people that I can reach out to at any time. They'll listen to me, even if it's, you know, just me bitching. It's if I need it quick cash because my card got blocked, there's 2,000. You know, it's just good to have that freedom, because life, you know, doesn't always go according to plan. So that would be the second one, just having a good support system around you, because it's everything.
Yeah, it is. And life doesn't always go according to plan. That's part of the reason I eat raw vegan, because I just feel like it makes me my best self. So if things get thrown at me, I'm a better self to handle those things versus if I was not eating this way. So I know you have eaten a lot of different ways. You've experienced a lot of different diets. So you were raw for a period of time way back. You were vegan, I think, how long? Like long term?
8 years. Yeah.
8 years vegan.
I was raw like 3 years.
And then you did leave veganism altogether.
Yeah.
And you posted a picture with a steak one day. You came on the channel. Some people didn't like it, but most people are on this channel are just supportive, or, you know, non-judgmental, I should say. Yeah. So how have the experiences been? Like, what diet makes you feel your best? What works best for you? What have you learned with all these things?
I was 113 pounds at 6 foot tall, which is very, very thin.
That's crazy.
And I showed you pictures and stuff like that. And right now I'm 190, you know, so on raw foods, I was able to get up to about 150, 160, feeling healthy, working again, traveling, living, girlfriend, you know, and just experience a lot of life again. So like, I want to give thanks to that. Obviously I believe in green juice and I believe in salads more than I believe in like anything else for healing. But that can be tricky when, let's say, you are working all the time or you're dealing with a lot of pollution or stress. It's almost like the food can buffer some of that, right? So like, if I'm on green juice and I'm at work, I want to meditate and listen to relaxation. Whereas if I drink a coffee, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go make some money.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a different thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's a testament to how powerful the healing is, because now I can go and enjoy those things and it not destroy me like it used to. I used to eat an apple and have gallbladder attacks.
Wow.
Yeah.
But now you can digest the food, right?
Now I can eat anything and it digests great.
And
I
why?
have really powerful digestion.
Like, for someone who has problems with digesting the raw food, why did that change? Like, how come?
Yeah, and I just want to say that the number one issue I had was digestion. So now I have like really strong.
Good.
And the way that I built it up would be minerals, Definitely green juice is huge. Enzymes. I'm big with the supercell stuff, so I use like the hydrogen, the oxygen, just to really bring the inflammation down. And sleep is another one. Like if you're not sleeping well, that's going to throw off your hormones. That's going to throw off your adrenal glands so that you can't properly eliminate. And as soon as you're not eliminating, you're not absorbing, you're getting skinny. I could eat all the calories in the world, but I wasn't gaining weight.
And do you notice differences on raw food versus like eating the steaks and stuff in your energy levels?
Yeah, I'm definitely more spiritual for sure on the raw food. Inflammation.
Not on the, I'd laugh if you say I'm definitely more spiritual on the steak. I've never heard that. I never heard that. But I mean, if you can be spiritual eating however you want, then go for it, right? I'm not here to judge.
Definitely inflammation's lower. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Sleep tends to be deeper. And you just tend to like, obviously there's no body odor at all ever. So that's good. Teeth feel good and clean, sharp. So lots of good benefits there, but it's also like, it's harder to be a part of the real world in a sense because you kind of do isolate more.
Yeah.
You have to really control who you're around, what you're exposed to. So I kind of like, people say we're souls live in the human experience. I like to say like, I want to enjoy the human experience too, not just the spiritual side.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's important.
Yeah, makes sense. Wow. And do you think you'll continue on with the raw foods or no?
After the trip,
too hard for you, like in your life in Jersey?
I think if my life was set up in a certain way, and I would probably do the Lou Corona style of like gorilla milk and things like that, but I'm just not in the place to do it right now. I'm probably not going to maintain it maybe for a month or so.
Yeah.
But it is nice. I just feel lighter. I can breathe really deeply and getting a lot of benefits, obviously hanging around great people like you and Dan and your crew.
Yeah, my great crew.
Your crew's the best.
My crew is the best. And you've known Lou for a while. Everybody knows Lou on this channel. 52 years raw vegan. He's 73. He's just like...
He's my favorite.
He's amazing. But what's the greatest thing you've learned from Lou?
It's just integrity. I think Lou really speaks with integrity. He holds himself accountable. I think a lot of people can make excuses for like why they can't do stuff. And I remember being in Florida, my car broke down. Lou's walking me through how to like fix it. I have the hood up, so he's there for you in every kind of way, not just with the enzymes or something, but he really just has integrity. And that's what I appreciate most about him. Like I want to live up to that,
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, for sure.
Any last words, anything else you want to share to inspire my audience? They're amazing. They love to be inspired. And we also have a question for you because we do a new thing now. My last guest will ask a question for the next guest. So we have a question for you. I'll just get it. But any other words of inspiration? Because you do know a lot about health and you're very passionate about it. But yeah.
My favorite quote is, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So no matter where you're at, because a lot of us feel like we're behind in life. So no matter where you're at, if you know where you're going and you even take one step towards it, so moving towards and progressing towards your worthy ideal, you're a success.
I love that. Wow. Nice. AJ. Do we have the question? Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so this is a good question. What is the greatest lesson you have learned from eating raw foods? That's a good question. I like it. The Raw Foods channel over here.
Yeah. Probably just, I had like an ego death. So what I really got out of that is like, I never want anyone else to like do worse off because of me. Like I always want people to like do well. I never feel like jealous. I never want someone else to do worse so it makes me feel better. So I feel like it kind of eliminated that ego I had, and it kind of freed me from that to where I can appreciate other people and their success too.
Wow, I love that, AJ. Nice. Well said. Well, we have some more to talk about because you quit social media for 500 days, right? I think you were going to quit for a year, right? Yeah. And then it ended up being longer. Yeah. So we're going to do a video about that. So I'm not sure, that might be posted next or sometime soon. So make sure you subscribe for that because it's going to be really good. It is so life-changing quitting social media for a period of time. So subscribe for that. Follow AJ. I'll put all his links in the description box below. Subscribe to this channel for more awesome videos like this one. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.